Like the owl.
Yeah. Sure. This will win because it's a wild bird. Some hair hawks you can buy. People raise them in captivity, but they're imprinted, and they probably wouldn't name.
Oh, okay.
Because they think they're a person. Yeah. They're imprinted rather than this is a wild bird. That's why.
What's his name?
My first name is Tex. I trapped in Texas. I thought it was a male. That's why they're in a box.
Now that's what happens when you deal with live animals.
This is one reason. You saw how it shot it up.
That is funny.
Falcons don't do that. Falcons will drop straight down. So if I was to have this in my car, she'd lift up her tail and destroy the car. So I keep it in a box and can keep it all contained in a newspaper inside the box.
So what's the name?
Texan, I found out. The only way you can sex them is to take a feather and send it off, and they do a DNA test on the feather. And it's a small female. Females are bigger than males. In bird species, the females are a little larger. Their eyes, they can see 80 times better than you. So that means 80 times further. So they can see. Half the time when I see her go after something, I don't even see it. She sees it, but I don't see it.
What other birds have you had?
I've flown kestrel, merlin, red-tailed, Cooper top, peregrine, deer peregrine. We crossbred deer falcons and peregrines to make hybrids, what we call hybrids. Probably one of the best falcon birds for that kind of hybrids. They're deer hybrids. And
What's the largest kind of animal that would go after?
This bird is caught jackrabbits in Wyoming, which are white-tailed, and they weigh as much as 12 pounds. They're enormous. It's really scary, because they're super strong. It's a little too much, but she'll do it. If you have another bird with her, it's always better, because sometimes they'll help each other. Yeah. What's that? Yeah, you can. What's great about this bird is if all of us went out together in the field and we lined up, she would be fine with hunting with anyone. You just have a glove, because she'll fly and if you don't put up your hand, she'll land on your head. And Mike would be the one she'd go to, because she's going to pick the tallest one. And if you have a hat on, she'll just land on her hat. And she'll use that as a vantage point, and she'll get, she doesn't see anything from that position, she'll fly over to this one. She'll jockey back and forth in the line, trying to get the best spot, just waiting for something to break. They don't ever go all over. They look right here. No, she can take it pretty far. Now it's starting to fatten her up, so she's a little bit more wild now than she was last week, because her weight is higher now. I usually fly her at like 880 grams. When I weighed her here, she's like 910. Yeah.
And true up their eyes go like move separately.
What's that?
And true up their eyes move separately.
Yeah, they can. But when she's going like that, she's pushing the stuff down in the crop. You can see her crop right there.
I would be the opposite when you're not going to
She lives in her view, and you see her every day. You try to give her a diverse diet. Sometimes we actually buy a hawk. It's a little supplement we put on meat just so that they get what they normally can from the wild. And then they molt. She'll start dropping feathers probably in another 2 months. And she'll get all new brand new feathers. And she'll look, when she comes out of the molt, she's not as, they get a little bleached out, they get a little dull when they come out, they're beautiful.
And the wild, they hunt year round, right?
They do. But they don't drop all their feathers at one time. You'll see birds now, red tails and soar, looking, they'll be missing probably a tail feather. You can see when the tails fan. They'll maybe lose 2 at a time, and then they'll grow in, and they'll drop them. Yeah. Her chest is what changes. Her chest is mottled color. It's probably 3 or 4 different shades of brown.
Now, do these birds get hunger streaks? I know that owls do, but I wasn't sure about these.
Sure. Yeah, that's why we don't fly them when they're molting. When they have new feathers, we keep them fed really well. Otherwise, they develop feather streaks, and they get weak.
Will it attack someone randomly? Like, out of nowhere?
What's that?
Will it attack someone randomly out of nowhere?
They won't attack anybody. They're afraid of you.
What if
If you had some meat in your hand right now, she would fly right.
Kill him.
Birds go after people if they're threatening their nest.
They'll attempt to scare you.
Yeah, they'll be fly by.
Yeah. Some of them actually hit you, but you have to have a license. You have to have a breeding license. Where? It's all different places. We usually fly out in Riverside or where there's more open land. Or
Poo-poo. You're blind now. You cannot see.
the hood making is a whole other art in itself. They're all hand stitched and it takes a lot of skill. I can't do it. I have friends that make them. But, and there's different styles too from different parts of the world. They've developed their own styles. Arabs actually buy most of their birds from us now. The breeders over here raise birds and they pay top dollar for them and they ship them over there. Anything else?
The time of year you hunt, is that just by license that you're allowed to during those months, or is that just for?
By license. If you get stopped by Fish and Game, they go, okay, where's your license? You pull it out and you show them your falconry license and your hunting license, and then they'll show whatever you've caught to make sure that that's on your license. So if I just hunt rabbits, so I just have a small game license, but if I were to hunt pheasant, I need an upland game sticker on my license too. Anything else? Yeah.
For the hood, how do they make them? Do they mold them? Or
There's people that make molds for different sized birds.
do they use?
They have a pattern and you stitch them together.
Do they use like skulls, like
They use
birds?
like molded like out of plastic. Yeah.
Has your bird ever like actually landed on the wrong part of the
Sure. Yeah, usually I have cuts on me all the time. They're just little pricks. You get used to them. You just gotta make sure you clean up, that you use it.